three, cue.
Good day, everybody. Sabrina Salas-Matanani here in the KUAM news offices. We have a developing story, criminal investigation. Detectives along with the Guam Fire Rescue units are in the Hanam area of Yigo, where we understand there may be some new developments in the murder of Michael Castro. Joining us live from Yigo now is Chris Barnett. Chris.
Thank you, Sabrina. Yeah, we're just off East Gajanero Road in Yigo, right in front of the area they call Hanam. I arrived on the scene, which is kind of like a staging area for this effort to go into that Hanam area and retrieve the evidence. Now, when I arrived on the scene, there were officers from the Guam Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division here. Shortly thereafter, I saw a couple units from the Guam Fire Department's rescue unit. And as you can see, if you turn, we have another GFD vehicle coming in here. Now, it's interesting to note GFD's presence on this scene because, you know, we did hear from multiple sources, and I believe Chief Ignacio also confirmed this in the press conference that there may be new evidence that has been retrieved in the murder investigation of Michael Castro. And what's interesting to note with the Guam Fire Department is that the crew that they sent out, the rescue crew, came here with a stretcher and also with ATVs. Now, the GPD CID officers also rolled out in a couple of ATVs, and I was actually at a scene last year with these GFD, the rescue unit, and the firefighters that came retrieved a body from down inside the Talafofo cave. So this is the same crew that was on the scene there. And these officers rolled out about 40 minutes ago, and they headed that way towards Hanam. Now, Hanam is private property. We believe it's owned by the Taitano family. And we hear it's quite a journey to get into that area. And after the officers and the Guam Fire Department firefighters left the scene, Michael Castro's mother, Melanie, arrived here. Melanie, I know that we've done a bunch of interviews with you since, you know, Michael's disappearance. And I got to ask, what led you to the scene here today?
Earlier I got a call from the captain of the Guam Police Department, and he did want to let me know that they had they believe was a major lead, and that they didn't feel confident that things were being kept confidential right now, and that it might some other people may have already found out about it. So they wanted to make sure that I was the first to hear it from them. You know, that there's a major lead, and that hopefully I'm hoping that they can find out if they may have found the remains of my son.
Melanie, I can't even imagine how difficult this time has been for you. I mean, we've been talking since Michael disappeared. We're coming up on the anniversary of his disappearance. We're coming up on his birthday. We're coming up on what very well could be the anniversary of his death. I know you're here very hopeful right now.
Yes, I'm definitely very hopeful. You know, like you said, it's been almost a year, and to get that call that there might be a break in the case, I just can't explain how little bit of a relief I'm feeling. Like I'm hoping that what they find is at least I understand all the time that has gone by, and that my son's body may not be the same, but my son's remains is my son's remains, and that's what I'm standing here waiting, because I want to know for sure if they found him, and that would just help me to. As a mother, it's definitely feels like if it is Michael's remains, at least he can be found, because it's the worst thing to go through the last year that I've been through, and not even knowing that my son's out there somewhere lying on the island. And I just don't think that it's for any person to be left like that. You know, it's very difficult.
I mean, Melanie, if you read all the court documents in this case, heinous, such disrespect for human life. And I know that you've had a hard time because you haven't had that closure.
Right.
And I know that today you're praying for that, but are you prepared for what you might discover if they find Michael's remains down there?
I think, you know, Chris, a year has gone by, and I've been getting so much help in therapy. And as a mother, you know, I know the amount of time that's gone by, and maybe the condition of Michael's body, if it is him that is found, realistically, you know, he's not going to look the same. But as a mother, he's my son's body. He's my son's remains, and that's what I need to see, and I need to have confirmed. I hope that it is him, because to go another year without knowing where Michael is, it's the worst kind of nightmare. It's the worst. I can't even describe it. If you're a mother, you would understand. But I would never even want anything like this to happen to any mother's child. It's like the worst thing in the world. And I would never wish this upon my worst enemy, you know. So that's how I'm feeling. And I'm hopeful that today is the discovery of Michael's remains. And that would be so much relief and so much help for me, especially.
Melanie, I know that obviously that closure has eluded you, but, you know, seeing the media reports, following this trial, following the information that's come out in the news, how difficult has that been for you to read these things?
You know, it's definitely like to imagine it, to imagine what Michael may have been going through at the moments that led up to the alleged story on this, you know. It's horrifying. But I just, I trust in God in all these things that have unfolded. And I believe 100% strongly that that all of these things were to unfold, and that no one should, I don't believe that, with this kind of story that's coming out and information that's coming out, that anybody out there in the public that knew anything about this, that can live with themselves knowing that this may have happened to Michael in the way that it happened, and the way that's being alleged it happened. It's horrifying. I mean, think about your own brother. Think about your any kind of humanly existence, you know, for this to happen to another human being. And I know you guys did not know Michael, but to me, my son was a good son to me. He was. And I'm just waiting, and I'm hoping that we have some kind of clarity today on Michael's remains. And I'm hopeful for that. And I feel confident that the Guam Police Department will do their job, right, like they have done.
Yeah, let's talk about the Guam Police Department, because you know, people don't always have good things to say about the Guam Police Department. Let's be honest here. But in this particular case, they've maintained very close contact with you. Yes, they have. And I just gotta, I've never really had experience with the Guam Police Department, and I certainly wouldn't want anyone to have this kind of experience in communication with them this way. But from the very beginning of this case, my son being missing, they have definitely showed me a lot of compassion, and they've shown me a lot of care and their human side, and they have been keeping communication as much as they could with me to keep me informed, so that I'm the first to know about any story developing in Michael's missing case at the time. And I just have to thank them so much for all the resources and time and energy and a lot of love that I feel that they put into this case, because if they didn't, I don't think that we'll be standing here today and being hopeful that they have hopefully found Michael's remains. Melanie, I know that the officers on the scene when we got here, they told me that it could be several hours before the evidence that they're retrieving from this case will be up here where we're standing. And I know that each minute that goes by is just excruciating for you, Melanie. And this is a developing story, obviously, and I want to thank you for your time, Melanie. We're all praying for the best outcome here. I mean, even if it isn't what we're ready for, right? We just want to definitely see you, and not just you and your family, receive that closure for this case. So thank you for your time, Melanie.
Thank you so much.
All right. And this is a developing story. Obviously, like I said, we had the officers from Guam Police Department, Criminal Investigation Division head down to the scene, accompanied by Guam Fire rescue personnel. We'll keep you posted again. My name is Chris Barnett for KUAM News.
Thanks a lot again. Chris Barnett live in the Hanam area of Yigo. As you just saw, I just interviewed Melanie Guerrero, her husband Ken Guerrero is there as well. Melanie is the mother of Michael Castro. We're coming up on about a year since he was initially reported missing. Arrested for his murder, though, back in July, and they were charged with Nicholas Wayne Moore and Troy Ryan Damian. Castro had been reported missing again last October. Damian and Moore are accused of using a gun when they allegedly killed Castro on October 30th of last year. Additionally, to have an audio report source of information, which they allege is Damian bragging about how he and killed Castro. The two, however, have pleaded not guilty. And as you heard from Melanie, she is hoping, she is praying that she will get the closure she needs and has been desperately hoping for today, as GPD's Criminal Investigation Division, as well as the Guam Fire Department, have launched this massive effort, hopefully to recover his remains. She said that she can't go on another year. It has been the worst feeling in the world. It has been a nightmare. She said that he was a good son, to her. And again, she's just hoping that she gets the clarity and the closure she needs. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Melanie. And thank you, Ken. I'll look for more of this story.